It is difficult to me to entertain other subjects when I know that our fellow Tennesseans are suffering, that our fellow Southerners are suffering. And despite the best efforts of some individuals trying to alleviate some of that suffering, sadly, the federal government brings money and regulation. It brings money and problems. It brings money, and none of this money is real. It's all made up. It brings money, and it brings a structural impasse that makes it next to impossible for people to do the things that they want to do to try to help. Now,
you can also make the argument that it's bringing back money that it took from the state to begin with.
Well, I used to make that argument, yes. I mean, sadly, what argument that I would make is that all money spent by FEMA is fake money that is made up because the federal government owes itself almost 35 trillion.
No, it's over 35.
It's 35 now. 35 trillion. I got to reset. $35 trillion to itself. And so any and all of this money, I mean, yes, we can make the case that does it come from the taxpayers? Sure. Does it come from made up sources, which will ultimately lead to the demise of the American people? Yes, that's true too. There's going to be a time where there is no more FEMA. There's going to be a time where there is no more free money, and we'll have to deal with these natural disasters, kind of the way that we used to. But I'm not here to fight that fight today. But I will say this, sadly, the government is preventing people from offering aid. Listen to this, gentleman. This is just an anecdotal example of what we're talking about.
When I tell y'all I'm super frustrated at the moment, is not a lie. For the past 48 hours, I had planned to go to East Tennessee, Irwin, Newport, and all that tomorrow.
By the way, this is a gentleman online. I don't know the background of this individual, but he has resources available to him that he wanted to make available to Mid-Tennessee. Now, I use this as an example of people trying to help. There are thousands of these people out there. Secondarily, Bell, just be on the lookout. There's a curse word at the end of this clip. I don't think there are any curses in the midst of the portion that I'm going to play, but I've only previewed it once.
And for the last 48 hours, I've also been on the phone with EMA, operational people, trying to see who may need my thermal drone most and whoever I could assist better.
This guy has a thermal drone that he wants to make available to people that need them to go over areas affected by the storm and to see if there's a heat signature that would indicate that there's human life there. He's offering this to anyone that needs it, and he's being told that he is not allowed to do so by the government.
And then I get a phone call and an email where we're being told to stand down. I've also spoken to rescue crews that are there right now. And it's one thing I'll say about social media. Most people know, and somebody knows somebody and they see somebody. I've had emails where I've had a woman named Laura ask for help. Her brother got swept away. They have a video of him being swept away, and she's just asking for help to get him. And yet we're being told to stand down.
Why is the federal government telling anyone that's trying to offer help to stand down? Now, once again, I understand that they feel the need to structure it in such a way where you prevent looters, you prevent stealing. We saw the story about the 8 individuals that are believed to be illegal aliens in Washington County. That's up in the northeast corner of the state of Tennessee. That's around, Bristol, Johnson City area, that sort of thing. They were caught looting, and I understand you got to keep out looters. But helpers?
I've heard from people, Danielle and Alex, no offense to y'all, I've heard from these 2 people about how he went to take generators and supplies there, and he was turned down. The water, food, stuff like that, turned down. Why? You have people that really need things, and I get it. It's such a disarray. I understand this was all so fast. But at the end of the day, man, putting a halt to everything while there's people's lives at stake that are sitting out there somewhere that don't have anything, that may be trapped, may be hurt, and you're asking people to stand down that have the capabilities to help somebody, it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. The over-regulatory nature of the government. And the reason I told the story in the 12 o'clock hour, in the Libertarian Lunchtime Hour, that in the most disastrous situation that I've ever been a part of, I saw people coming together. Was it chaos? Yes. Was it discombobulated? Yes. Was it disarray? Yes. Did it work? Yes. I was so proud to be a part of a group effort on the part of a number of radio stations and some of our fine sponsors in Birmingham that I'm not over-exaggerating. I promise you I'm not. There's plenty of evidence that would corroborate what I'm about. We gathered 10 tractor trailer loads of supplies and sent them to various parts of Alabama in the 2 weeks in the aftermath of the tornadoes. Now, when I say we, I mean Alabama. I mean the people of the state of Alabama, the good people that happen to be listening to a collection of radio stations or got word that we were making those collected donations. And this was in advance of FEMA taking over. And when FEMA takes over, they stop all third-party donations because they can't guarantee that those donations are coming. I mean, they make all the excuses in the world. It's beyond me. They make the perfect the enemy of the good.
This is one of those times where I think it is both ethical and moral to ignore permission and ask forgiveness if you need to.
I don't understand the regulatory bureaucracy of government insisting that we follow red tape while lives are at stake in the immediate aftermath. Now, you can 3-4 weeks down the road, if you want to keep certain people out of certain areas because of the danger. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand their desire to make sure that they don't make the bad worse. But this kind of stuff, I don't know, man.
Make it make sense. I don't understand. Now, if you was going to tell me, hey, the military's coming in here, Coast Guard's coming in here, they're in here immediately, maybe it would. Maybe I'm missing something.
Maybe I'm missing something, too. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. There's no United States military. There's no National Guard. I mean, maybe there will be. In the 72 hours, we are... How many times have I said to you guys, we are the first responders. We should be. That's the way our system is set up. That if my neighbor's house is on fire, the first person that should help my neighbor is not the fire guy. It's not the police. It's me. As far and as best as I can. It's me. It's neighbors helping neighbors. And now, not only... And I don't expect the federal government to be everywhere in every instance. Far from it. If you want a government that is in every aspect of your life, you need to move to North Korea or to China. That's not the way that we operate, right? But I have a hard time understanding why the government has decided that the first action that it's going to take in any given situation of a natural nature like this is to tell the good people trying to help to stand down.